So I'm going to try and find the WhatsApp while you're talking about it. So I got wind of the fact you'd driven this electric car, and I sent you a WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
And I actually screenshotted the WhatsApp just for basic, I thought I'm going to have a bit of that. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, well, no, you're being really reasonably polite. So we were having a conversation about the M4 convertible I took to Europe recently, which was amazing. And I just said, how was the 5N? In reference to the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. And the response was, effing amazing, mate. Probably the most exciting car I've driven this year. And I went back and went, and it's electric.
Yeah.
If anybody ever wanted an endorsement about how good a car is, and I'm gutted because I think I'm probably the only automotive person I know that hasn't driven it yet. Everybody raves about that car.
Obviously me being me, I'd seen all the raving and the stuff and heard the gears, and in my head I'm just like, it's all gimmicky. And the almost annoying thing, and don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful. It was a paid video, right? So I had budget, hence me taking it to a track day and stuff. You'll see the video. There's almost a frustration that it was paid, because there will be a few people, and my audience, they know that I'm very honest and open about stuff.
We've done a few podcasts on this subject, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. But there will be a few people that will think, oh, Joe's just saying that because it's a paid thing. But I've never been so blown away and just amazed by a product, especially in the last few years, because I've shot a few videos recently where I've had high expectations about the car, and the car's kind of let me down and not been lived up to what I thought, including even the KNS that I've just given back. Wasn't what I was hoping it would be. It was a brilliant car, but it wasn't. My expectations are. It's very rare these days for me that I get into something with lower expectations and get blown away, and that's exactly what happened with that 5N. As I said, I don't want to ruin the video and say too much, but firstly, you need to get your hands on one as soon as possible. And secondly, it does give me hope and living hope that electric cars, if they are engineered properly and they've got the right ingredients, that thing is it's a riot. Really, really good.
I think what Hyundai have done there with the noise and the gear, synthetic gears, is it ticks so many boxes for what people have against EVs, right? So, but we are starting to see quite a few all-electric cars that are designed around being great to drive. I drove the Alpha Junior, which isn't the same performance as the Ioniq 5N, but God, did it drive well.
Yep.
Next week, I'm going to Japan to drive Nissan's Ariya Nismo. So they've taken their kind of mid-size, it's a very similar size car to Ioniq 5N actually, and they've given it to the Nismo team. Now I went in a pre-production one, when I went to the Formula E in Tokyo and just had hot laps around the Formula E circuit.
Yep.
And it was amazing. I wasn't driving. I had some professional Japanese racing driver dude who set fire to the brakes, basically. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm really keen to drive Ioniq 5N.
Yeah. No, mate, you need to. And talking about setting fire to the brakes, one thing in my head was, okay, I'm going to do this track day, take people out for hot laps, experience it myself, etc. But the one thing I thought, as with all road cars, you take them on track, fast road cars, unless they're Porsche GT products or lightweight Caterhams or whatever, purpose-built track things. I thought what's going to struggle with this car are going to be the brakes, because although they're massive and upgraded from the regular Ioniq 5, it's a 2.2 ton car that's got over 600 horsepower in cases. So, but actually, because a lot of the braking is done via regen.
I was going to say regen will probably
that took over most of the braking. So when you understood how that worked, because initially I was over braking into everything and slowing down way too quickly, which is a good thing on a track day. And then you get used to it, and you come in after 4 or 5 hot laps where brakes on my M3 would be red hot. You wouldn't go near the wheel. there's no engine there's no engine under the bonnet, so you've got no radiators blowing hot air into the wheel arches. The brakes are doing half the work. So suddenly the tyres, everything benefits from that because the temperatures are a lot lower. So all these things that in my head I thought were going to be worse because it's a bigger and heavier car, actually, because of the way it's put together and engineered, it's, yeah. Anyway, as you can see, I'm genuinely still like trying to come to terms with what I experienced.
As many of our audience will be feeling the same as me, I'm sat here watching you going, wow. I mean, this is Joe raving about an EV.
I know.
I've, by the way, I've seen some of the footage of Joe's video on this, so I'm not going to say anything either, but by God, you need to go and watch it because it's wicked.
Yeah.
There might be a black flag or two waved, but you need to go and watch.
Yes.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Exactly.